Good morning, everyone. What a wonderful way to start our day. Thank you, thank you. This morning it's the 3 J's, Jeff, Jim, and John Paul. So thank you so much. That was beautiful. Well, welcome, everyone. Welcome to all of you here with us live in person. It's great to see you. And to all of you joining us via cyberspace, we welcome your presence and we love you. Thank you so much. My name is Lorna Dixon, and I am so thrilled to be here with you on this Sunday morning for our celebration. Here at Unity of Gaithersburg, we are indeed a vibrant spiritual community. We're a positive path for spiritual living. One of the things I love about this place, about this building, on one of our walls, there's a message that says, "Love lives here." And I tell you that when you're in this space, you can feel it. And I have to say that whenever I'm beaming in, I feel it even through cyberspace. So I hope that you're all feeling it as well. And if you are viewing us for the first time, I invite you to come in and check us out. Feel the love in the space. So right now, I just invite you to settle in, take a moment, and feel the connection. Look around and just beam love to everyone. And say, hi, hi, hi. Let's live that message. Love lives here. So, another little nugget I want to share with you is that our greeters have a little information packet for you if you're here for the first time. And if you have any questions at all, feel free to send us an email or give us a call. And you can contact us at unityofgaithersburg.org. We're also so grateful for our Sunday morning staff. We are so blessed to have Jim and Kevin on AV over there. And as I mentioned before, yes. And Keith. Oh, let's not forget Keith. Yeah. Keith is off on the side over there. Are you hiding, Keith? Well, we spotted you. Thank you so much for being here. And of course, we have, as I mentioned before, our music team, our 3 J's this morning. John Paul, Jim, and John. Thank you. And of course, our wonderful, effective, all-purpose guy, Michael, our facilities custodian. He keeps things running, and we are so grateful for him. For everyone who keeps this place running, keeps our Sunday services and all of our programs going. Thank you so much for the way in which you've blessed us. And now I'm going to turn you over to Reverend Steve. Take it away, Steve.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Unity of Gaithersburg from Unity Village, where we're having thunderstorms. It is so great to know that we're connected and that this is a time of celebrating and time of acknowledging that, yes, we are one people, we are one with a definite purpose on this planet. And this is an historic time for the Unity movement. Last week was the annual Unity Worldwide Ministries, of which we are a member of Unity Churches Worldwide. Unity Worldwide Ministries annual convention or conference. This year it was held virtually. We had about 400 people as usual participating in everything. And it was just incredible. The whole conference was awesome. But there's a takeaway that I want to say. The one word starts with an H, historic. This is a historic time for the Unity movement. Both organizations in Unity, Unity World headquarters at Unity Village, and Unity Worldwide Ministries, of which ministers and churches like Unity Church, Unity of Gaithersburg, we are members of Unity Worldwide Ministries. Those two organizations have now taken an incredible, firm stand that is historic for the Unity movement. And some of us could say, well, geez, why did we do this 2 decades ago? Well, it is what it is. You've heard that before. And so we're going to share with you this morning, we meaning our licensed Unity teacher, Jane McCarthy, is going to pop on in a moment. And, but I want to show you this, have the camera come back to this. I don't know if you can see it well or not, but this is a document that was announced last week and signed by the Board of Trustees of Unity Worldwide Ministries. And it's a resolution on diversity, equity, and inclusion. And the timing of it was intentional, Juneteenth, just in time for the time of celebrating and recognizing that we have a lot of work to do and admission to do and stepping out in faith. So we're going to read this aloud, and just pay attention. This is on our website, and if it's not, it will be shortly. And it's just totally incredible. And I also want to say as a prelude that Unity of Gaithersburg is one of the leading ministries that have already been on this path with our own resolution that has made the rounds of Unity movement. And I had sent it on to the Board of Trustees of both organizations. So what's happening now is the Unity movement is coming together in ways that are just, I think, historic. So the title of this is Resolution on Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Unity Worldwide Ministry stands for anti-racism. We are opposed to racial hatred, racial violence, bias, systemic racism, and the oppression of people of color. We stand for diversity, equity, and inclusion for people who are marginalized because of color. No individual or group should be made to live in fear or excluded from society. Recent events in the United States and the world remind us that violent repression, prejudices, injustice, and inequalities towards people of color are embedded in societies, from social structures to institutions to cultures. Unity chooses to be more aware and take positive action in dismantling systemic racism and the social structures that support injustice and prejudice. And we raise awareness through our membership and throughout our entire membership of churches and Unity centers.
Whereas Unity stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion for people of color. Our second principle states, human beings have a spark of divinity within them, the Christ spirit within. Their very essence is of God, and therefore they are also inherently good. This principle applies to all people, regardless of color. And
whereas we are fully committed to unity, Unity Worldwide Ministries being an ambassador for diversity, equity, and inclusion in our world, and an example through our actions and the Unity movement. And
whereas Unity Worldwide Ministries Board of Trustees acknowledges that there has been and is systemic racism in Unity. We acknowledge and accept responsibility for the impact that our history with racism has made upon our Black and brown friends, colleagues, congregants, students, employees, and patrons, both past and present. We commit to eradicating any and all systems, policies, and practices that would in any way replicate our past mistakes or reproduce an environment that discriminates against or is inhospitable towards people on the basis of race, color, or ethnicity. Now, therefore, be it
resolved that based on Unity's fifth principle of taking action, which states, knowing and understanding the laws of life, also called spiritual truth, is not enough. A person must live the truth that he or she knows. We commit to the following actions: to reflect an ongoing basis, diversity, equity, and inclusion in our Unity Movement Ministries Board of Trustees; to commit to reinforce our policy of non-discrimination by adopting and instituting best practices for ensuring that all qualified applicants and candidates are given full consideration for any and all positions without respect to race, ethnicity, culture, or color; to ongoing, robust, mandatory staff leadership and education, committed to building a culturally competent, anti-racist community of leaders and allies. Our bold initiative will address training on implicit bias, cultural competence, white fragility, and becoming an anti-racist, along with ongoing training and education that positions Unity Worldwide Ministries to be on the leading edge of building consciously awake thought leaders committed to dismantling systemic racism and building the beloved community; to develop the disseminate principally centered educational programs and curriculum for use in our centers, spiritual communities, study groups, and churches that equip Unity ministers, spiritual leaders, teachers, and laity with the information, inspiration, and resources necessary to detect and dissolve systemic racism within themselves and build healthy, diverse, equitable, and inclusive communities. These materials will take many forms, including a wide offering of online webinars. And last, to allocate monetary resources to the fourth quarter of fiscal year 2021. To continue the work that the UWM board has done in the 12-week class on racial diversity and the continued recognition of inherent culture of white privilege, with a racial equity consultant to assist us in developing a more organization-wide permanent response to the issues and needs for our developing an organization. And to assist everyone in developing a more organization-wide permanent response to the issue and needs for increased diversity, equity, and inclusion. And be it
further resolved, we are committed to moving beyond neutrality and to fully acknowledging that Black lives matter too. And we are committed to demonstrating our sensitivity and understanding of this basic unity tenet by no longer colluding in racism.
Let's pause a moment and just take a breath and allow this all to and we declare, and so it is, and so it shall be. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
And now our band has some wonderful music.
Only child alone and wild, a cabinet maker's son. His hands were meant for different work, and his heart was known to none. He left his home and went his lone and solitary way. He gave me into a gift I know I never can repay. Quiet man of music, denied a simpler fate. He tried to be a soldier once, but his music wouldn't wait. He earned his love through discipline, a thundering velvet hand. His gentle means of sculpting souls took me years to understand. Leader of the band is tired and his eyes are growing old, but his blood runs through my instrument and his song is in my soul. Life has been a poor attempt to imitate the man. I am just a living legacy to the leader of the band. My brothers' lives were different, for they heard another call. One went to Chicago and the other to St. Paul. And I'm in Colorado, but I'm not in some hotel. Living out this life I choose and come to know so well. Thank you for the music and the stories of the road. Thank you for the freedom when it came my time to go. I thank you for the kindness and the times when you get tough. Papa, I don't think I said I love you near enough. Leader of the band is tired, growing old, but his blood runs through my instrument and his song is in my soul. Life has been a poor attempt to imitate the man. I am just a living legacy to the leader of the band. I am a living legacy to the leader of the band.
That was just beautiful. I love that song, and I found that I was having a particularly emotional reaction to it this morning. So emotional and yet joyful. So thank you, thank you. I don't know how it was experienced by anyone else, but blessings. That was beautiful. So before I continue with our transformational opportunities this morning, I would just like to acknowledge the announcement that Steve and Jane shared with us this morning and say how grateful I am for this new development, not just within the Unity community, but it speaks to the awakening of consciousness that's taking place here on the planet. And we are all a part of that. We are awakening. And so, as the song said, I don't know that we love you enough to each and every one in our lives. And even if it's a stranger on the street, a mere smile, a mere acknowledgement of their presence, that is enough to raise the consciousness, to raise the vibration. And that is how we continue to heal. That is how we continue to grow. So I'm so very grateful for this new development, and especially for the timing of this new holiday. This is truly historic. So let's just say yes, yes to more of this. And now I would like to invite our board president, Kathy Daniels, to come up. And she, along with Steve, is going to share some information with us about our transition process, the updates to our transition process. So.
And Reverend Lorna, don't sit down yet.
I'm right here, Reverend Steve.
Okay, I can't really see you, but anyway, folks, in case you didn't know, standing in front of you on camera is Reverend Lorna Dixon. She just was anointed last week. And it was such a beautiful ceremony, and we're so blessed that you're part of the Unity community. And we hold you and we salute you, and we see the Spirit of the Christ in you, and as you bless the multitudes in your life, we are blessed that we are among them, and we say, thank you, thank you, thank you, sweet Spirit. Amen.
Thank you so much, Steve, thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Steve. Good morning, Unity. Good morning. I have a couple of announcements to make, but before I do, I have to join Lorna and just comment that I could not be more proud of Unity right now. That resolution was awesome. And I don't think you could ask for much more. To acknowledge past wrongs and commit to doing the things that you need to do to correct them and make life better for everyone. That's all you ever ask. So on to announcements. Update on COVID. Just wanted to let everyone know that we're moving slowly to get back to normal, but for now we're still concerned about keeping everyone safe. So we ask that if you have not been vaccinated, that you continue to wear a mask when you come into the sanctuary. However, if you have been vaccinated, masks are optional. So, so much for masks. And then on to the transition issue. The board has met last week and discussed moving on with the search for search team for a minister. And I know everybody's kind of anxious about that. However, we can't move forward right now until we finish and tie up loose ends with the vision, mission, and core values meeting that we're having this week on the 22nd and the 23rd. I believe that's Tuesday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. So we encourage all of you to please attend if you can so we can wrap that up. And once we do, we will be able to move forward with making an announcement for a search team for the minister along with applications. So please consider whether or not that's something you would like to be a part of. And hopefully by next month, we'll have that announcement. That's it. Yay. And I think Steve may have some more detail for you if you have any questions.
Yes, it's an exciting, and so many levels for Unity of Gaithersburg, and my heart is still full of love and depth and some sadness that it's taken this long for us to be an awakened planet. Sometimes some people politically use the word awakening and they made it a weapon. Well, I would say I'll be awake anytime. I'll choose to be awoke. I'm awoke. And so Unity of Gaithersburg is just thrilling to see what's happening here. And so part of the transition process, a significant part is coming up Tuesday and Wednesday. And with a lot of challenges in getting a date and so on, everyone is invited. If you've ever attended Unity of Gaithersburg, even if today is the first time, please consider coming to this session. If you really want to know about Unity of Gaithersburg. This is a core session, part of the transition process just before we begin minister search process. And what it is we're going to, whoever shows up there, we're going to take a look at with the spiritual discernment of who have we come here to be, and how does that show up in our statements, like our statements for vision, our statements for mission, and our core values. What do we really value? And this ministry has done that in the past, a few years ago, and part of the process for transition is take another look at it. And so as people show up virtually, all on Zoom next week, this week, we're going to be taking a look at what do we exist right now, what's our existing statements, and do we have some suggestions for what may come forth. And out of this session, the intention is everyone will participate. Everybody there will have a chance to participate. And then whatever we come up with will be sent as a draft to our board of trustees. And then the intention would be to have a meeting. The board may do some tweaking of it. And then we'll have a meeting on a Sunday that everybody in the community is invited to give feedback on what we come up with. So you'll have a chance to give some input. And it's really a significant time. So Tuesday and Wednesday next week. And also we can celebrate the minister search process is about to begin. And we'll know more about that, the nitty-gritty details next month, early next month. So anyway, exciting things are happening.
Thank you, Steve. And thank you, Kathy. And just to give you a little more information about the meeting that both Steve and Kathy spoke of, it is June 22nd and 23rd, this Tuesday and Wednesday, from 7 to 9 p.m. on Zoom. And you can find the link in our newsletter or email the office, admin@unityofgaithersburg.org, and you'll get the link that way. So this is a really important and valuable time for this community. So I encourage you all to be present. Thank you so much. And we have an opportunity to do some really wonderful service work to support this community. And this is our Bookstore Project. And so we're asking volunteers to step forward and to put your creativity to work. We're looking to refurbish the bookstore. And so we're asking you to look into your hearts and see if this speaks to you. I want to share with you that years ago, when the bookstore was such a big part of this community, I was a volunteer in the bookstore. And I got so much from it. As much as I gave, I received in return. I loved working in the bookstore. I just loved the vibrancy. I loved the energy there. And we're looking to bring that back in a new way. So I encourage you all to think about becoming a part of this project. And again, if you're interested, please send an email to admin@unityofgaithersburg.org or sign up via the newsletter. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. And shall I start this one with woohoo? Another opportunity for in-person gathering. But, we've all missed this. It's been so long. The Women's Circle Solstice Gathering on Potluck is back. Yes, yes, yes. And pre-registration is required for this event. This will take place on Sunday, June 27th at 4 p.m. So please sign up, again, via the newsletter on our special events page. And you can find this, of course, on our website, unityofgaithersburg.org. So, another blessed event. A mindfulness meditation in the sanctuary, right here on Wednesdays. This is back. We're We're so blessed. I am so blessed. I feel so excited about all of these opportunities for in-person gatherings. So here on Wednesday, starting June 30th at 6:30 p.m. And this is offered on a love offering basis, and all are welcome. All are welcome. So now, just join me as we say our prayer for our transition process. We hold a vision of a smooth, grace-filled, and peaceful ministry transition process, embracing our differences as we expand our consciousness of oneness and love. Throughout this process, informed by our divine nature, we co-create joy-filled, loving, and expansive growth experiences. And so it is. And now, please take a moment to center yourselves as we share together today's daily word. Our focus for today, June 2021, is Father's love. I give thanks for my father and all expressions of fatherly love. I treasure my childhood memories of feeling safe when my father or a father figure in my life was nearby. I remember my father's encouragement as I was learning to ride a bike, as we explored the wonders of nature together, and as he taught me to use money wisely. Even when I made youthful mistakes, my father's sometimes stern but always wise judgment helped me find the way back to my right path. I give thanks for both the sacred human and the unfolding expression of God within my father and everyone who has blessed me with fatherly love. Today, I pray for my father and for all fathers, affirming for each of them growing wisdom, understanding, and willingness to nurture others with a father's encouraging love. And from John 15:9, we're reminded, as the Father has loved me, so have I loved you. Abide in my love. And now let's prepare for meditation by singing All Is Well.
As I close my eyes and the world disappears, and I feel my breath rise and fall. There's a light inside that dispels all my fears, and I hear a gentle voice calling. All is well. All is well. All is well.
Oh, we hear the gentle voice of Spirit calling. It's gentle voice that is our voice, calling us on this day where we celebrate our Father's love. Sometimes the word Father is limited by some people only to a special person, or sometimes it's limited to only God of our understanding. And what we know on this very special day of remembering of claiming our oneness and stepping into the possibility of living as a spiritual being, having this human experience in wondrous ways. This is a day where we honor our fathers, our father figures in our life. And so I invite you to take a deep breath as we move deeper into a time of remembering, a time of honoring, a time of blessing. This morning we heard this thought and this feeling put to music. And as you hold an image of your father figure in your mind and in your heart right now, these words and the music may come to you. You are so beautiful to me. You are so beautiful to me, Dad, Father, whatever name. You are so beautiful to me. And this is a time in our life on Father's Day where we also honor that we may have some spiritual growth opportunities awaiting us with our Father, our relationship with our Father, whether He is with us now or not. And so we take some time in the silence where we will do both. We will acknowledge any invitations we have for moving forward into a deeper, loving kind of relationship with our Father, no matter what, no matter where He is, no matter what He did, what we thought He did. We're invited by Isaiah, fathers, make known to children your faithfulness. And we might add, children, make known to your Father your faithfulness, your love. In the silence, you are so beautiful to me. With the breath, you are so beautiful to me. As we return our awareness to the space that we're in, we open our eyes and we allow ourselves to center in the love that is our very nature. In a center that knows that the beauty that we see and claim elsewhere, for example, in our father figures, is a bond that is eternal, binds us heart to heart and mind to mind forever, that conquers thoughts of lack and forgiveness, calls, that leads us into what is ours to do. And so, again, we declare in our relationship with our father figure, and ourselves, all is well. All is well. The gentle, eternal voice has declared, it's time to remember, time to claim. You are beautiful. or love. And so it is. Now we have some wonderful music, a song written by our own Jim to touch our hearts. Take it away, Jim.
My dad passed away when he was almost 99, and I wrote this song when he turned 80. And I realized a lot after I had kids of my own what amazing restraint he used with me. Days go by so fast, I wonder where they've gone. Reflecting on my past, the thoughts I've acted on, I wonder if we ever see the care that brought us here. Never knew how much you love me, but right now it's very clear. I think back on the times I struggled to resist the things you offered me weren't always seen as gifts. I only now can understand how feelings run so deep. I never knew how much you loved me till I watched my children sleep. Love has such a song to sing, doesn't stop with time. Efforts made and results they bring. Do we ever really see what's left behind? With all that I've been through to make this life my own, still so much like you. I live what I've been shown. The patience that you had for me, the way you gave your best. Never knew how much you loved me. Now I see that I've been blessed. Couldn't see the way you loved me. There just wasn't time somehow. Never knew how much you loved me, but I surely know it now. I know it now.
Oh, thank you, Jim. Oh, that was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Such a gift. But now I know, now we know. And you know, this Father's Day, don't we know that there's times when we do know. We do know that in spite of what we believe the reality has been, that there is a place in our hearts where there is only love, where there is this eternal bond of love that we're always talking about, it seems like. And so is it possible that we want to dig deep this day? And I think this is an important time because we talked about it as we begin the service, something I think is really important, and this historic movement is happening with our own unity movement and our own unity of Gaithersburg around making peace with the past, around honoring who we truly are, and a sense of oneness, living the principles that we teach. And so it's also very, I think, significant that this is all occurring right now as we move into Father's Day. Because one could make a major statement that, well, we have a lot of work in our society around our relationships with our fathers. Well, this isn't new. We've known this for centuries. And so what about ourselves? So I've titled our lesson today, Let's Tell the Truth About Our Fathers. Now, what's the truth about our fathers? Well, one of our sources is Isaiah. Fathers, make known to children your faithfulness. And then also from a course in miracles that I believe is very, very powerful. God is but love, and therefore so am I. And so that suggests to me that the truth is about our fathers is our fathers are only love. When I say fathers, by the way, on this day, I honor and recognize that some of us have a father figure that we would call father or dad, whatever it might be. And so you are translating this, I'm sure, in a way that I hope that I've intended it would be. But it's like, let's tell the truth about our fathers. We want to tell everyone, the next slide would be, let us tell the truth about our fathers. I tell the truth about my love for my father. The next slide. And this one is, when a father gives to his son, both laugh. When a son gives to his father, both cry. Now, sometimes in your relationship, is that true with your father figure? Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe you think that you have not had this gift from your father, or you haven't given what you could. And so we spend a lot of time thinking about that and analyzing it. And so it's possible that, well, maybe there is another way of looking at this. And so let's tell the truth about our fathers. I tell the truth about my love for my father figure. There is only love, and it is only love that is true. Thank you for your love, Father. And so one thing that I'm aware of is that my father did the very best that he could do at that time in his life with what he knew and his, you call it his heart set, his skill set, his willingness, whatever. And so the truth about my love for my father is, am I expressing it to him? So telling the truth about our fathers, for me, always is, I tell the truth about my willingness to forgive my father and myself. I forgive and release my father for all mistakes he seemingly made. I'm willing to forgive. God help my unwillingness. And we'll come back to this slide in a moment. But first, I want to share a little bit about my father. I have, over the years, I was a middle child of 3 boys. And my older brother was 18 months older, and my younger brother was 7 years younger. I had my moments with my dad. The bottom line is I always remember that he loved me. I really felt that. The love that he gave, and my mother and everything, that stays with me. But if you're like me, there were times in my life when I got so damn mad and blaming him for whatever it was. Examples, you all have examples of that. And one of the things that I realized as I moved into more adulthood that I didn't need to change my dad's mind about anything. We had arguments, you name it, what it was. The Vietnam War was a major one. I grew to being someone that said, hey, we should not be there. It was a mistake on our part, our country's part. My dad was a moderate conservative. Today he'd be a liberal conservative. And so we had those times, and one of the things that I was aware of, at that time I had nothing in my life. It was a practice that was a spiritual practice. Nothing to help me understand that, Steve, you're gathering evidence to prove that your dad is wrong or that you're right. And so I don't know about you. Is that possible with your relationship right now? You know, the one phrase I love, I had a bumper sticker on my car once, it's never too late to have a happy childhood. It's never too late to have a happy childhood. It's never too late to have a happy present moment. How about it's never too late to have a loving relationship with father figure. And so one thing, my dad always said when he passes, that he wanted to be playing golf and winning. He was an avid golfer. He wasn't very good, but he loved it. And he said that several times in his life. And when he turned 67, I got a phone call saying my dad, playing golf, had died on the golf course instantly. And I found out pretty quickly, yes, his team was ahead. And so that felt right. But instantly what I felt was, I was thinking, is there anything that I didn't tell Dad that was really important? And it finally came to me, no, because I told him that I loved him. And he knew that. We moved from the old handshake to a proverbial buddy pat in the back to a real hug. Maybe it would take a little bit more time. These days it would be even more so. And so where are you with your dad? What has been your willingness to forgive your father and myself? So my prayer is, going back to that slide, I tell the truth about my willingness. Will you tell the truth about your willingness to forgive your father? And let's say that you keep beating yourself up for not having a perfect childhood with your father figure. Well, we could continue doing that. How about telling the truth to yourself? You did the best you could do at the time. And with new insight and new willingness and with spirit forth in you, you can say, I'm willing to forgive. I forgive myself and forgive and release my father for all mistakes that he simply made. So let's say this, the affirmation you see, I forgive and release my father for all mistakes he seemingly made. Let's say that aloud together. I forgive and release my father for all mistakes he seemingly made. And also, we need to be saying this for ourselves also, together. I am willing to forgive. God, help my unwillingness. And so we're going to tell the truth as we continue looking at what about if you're a father? This is for fathers. These next two comments are about you. If you're a father or a father figure, and if you're not, you might imagine your father figure saying this to you. But for fathers, will you tell the truth about your love for your children? Have you done that? Is there more to say? Can we ever say enough about how much we love our children? Ever saying it with words, with behaviors, maybe a real hug, maybe emails, maybe texts, maybe phone calls, maybe visits. And can you hear your father saying to you, I tell the truth about you, my daughter, my son? And then for fathers, do you believe this? There is only love, and it is only love that is true. Thank you for your love for your children. Taking that in the first person, I know there is only love. I only have love for my children that's within me. I thank you for my love for my children. And then children, will you allow that to come in? Would you believe it? And maybe ask Spirit, if you're not ready to believe it, to say, help my unwillingness to accept. Then another one, Fathers, tell the truth about your willingness to forgive yourself. Now, most of us aren't these days, especially if you're listening to this or in Unity or someplace, we're not going to say that we're perfect. And someone may be elbowing you about something, might be your father or your spouse or a son or a daughter. But sometimes we are the very last ones to ever forgive ourselves. That's true for me. Sometimes I can do a good job sometimes with other people. When I think of things I said, every now and then I'll have things flash to me about things I said and did to my dad when I was a teenager. And it's still, I still sometimes have to say, well, Steve, yes. And are you willing to forgive yourself? And are you willing to say no one and nothing is against you? Yeah, so let's take a deep breath. And fathers, I tell the truth about my willingness to forgive myself. Fathers, would you say that aloud together? I tell the truth about my willingness to forgive myself. And then I forgive and release myself for all mistakes I seemingly made. I am willing to forgive. God help my unwillingness. So we take a breath and we say that, yes, this lifetime, there's so much more to tell my father figure. And also there's so much more to tell and embrace and believe myself as I surrender this genuine love for my father. And so we're going to be seeing a slideshow of our father and father figures in a moment. And just notice as you're paying attention to yourself, what do you have to tell? Tell the truth. As you see other fathers, as perhaps you see your own, as you think about your own.
There once was a man who had 2 sons, and they all worked hard till the day was done. They managed their farm, and they tended sheep, and they kept this up till they went to sleep. They were a working family living off the land. But the younger son, he had a different plan. The boy said, "Father, can I have my share? Don't make me wait till you're no longer here. I want to leave and make my way, and I'll come back a rich man one day." Well, this father gave his son what he asked for. The young boy gathered up his newfound riches, wanting to fulfill his wishes, kissed them both and headed out the door. He headed out the door. Finally free, leave her past behind. His new life was good while it lasted. He liked his wine, his women and song, and they all seemed to like him too. One day his dreams came to an end, and he didn't know what to do. Oh, he didn't know what to do. Ended up on some man's farm, feeding the pigs, and he couldn't stay warm. Hungry and cold, he'd had enough. My father's hired hands don't have it this tough. I ought to put away my pride and get on home. If Father gives me work, I I'd gladly go there. What have I got to show for all my foolish ways? I got nothing to say. I got nothing to say. Father heard of his return and the loss of his fortune. The two of them met face to face, and the boy cried, "Father, let me work in your stables. That's all I deserve now. I feel so ashamed of what I've become. I can't call myself your son. I can't call myself your son." Well, the father heard what his boy had done, but he wasn't angry at his prodigal son. He made them prepare a wonderful feast, and the mood was joyous, to say the least. My son was lost to me for all these many years, and now I'm having back. He's found his way. This is a holy day, a time to celebrate. Oh, God is great. Oh, God is great. Oh, God is great. Oh, son was lost, now he's found. We're all standing on hallowed ground. We all stumble and lose our way. Ask for forgiveness, it's a brand new day. Doesn't matter where we've been, he's just happy that we're back again. God is great, 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 God is great. Thank you.
Woo, indeed. Yes, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. And so, this is our time to support this wonderful community with our tithes and offerings. And just a reminder that we are self-supporting. So we welcome your generosity. And you may do so at unityofgaithersburg.org, or if you prefer to text the word GIVE to 301-918-5625, and just follow the prompts. It's really pretty simple. Thank you so very much for your support. And just a little bit of prosperity wisdom to help you as you move through the week. The richness of life surrounds me. Prosperity is mine to claim every time I notice the overwhelming blessings all around me. And now, if we join together and say our love offering blessing. Divine love, I am, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am so grateful. Thank you all.
find my abundance, Father, in you. I find my strength. My desire is to know you. I will go to any length. Father, in you I find my freedom. Father, in you I find my peace. To love I now surrender. All my troubles I release. All my troubles I release. Father, in you I find perfection. In an ordinary day, the sun and stars know who you are. I can feel I'm growing toward that kind of knowing love. I find the answers, Father. In love I know what's true. Father, in love my heart is open to the light that's shining through. To the light that's shining through. Father, in you I find the wisdom, the gentle art of letting go, the wondrous things forgiveness brings. I know where I'm going, I'm reaping what I'm sowing. Love, there's satisfaction, Father, in praying every day. I can feel you in the silence, in between the words I say, in between the words I say. Father, in you I find direction. Father, in you I find my place. Father, I'm where I should be always, and it happens by your grace. Father, in you I find my calling. Father, in you I find my way. Father, I'm hoping to your guidance every moment of the day. Every moment of the day, every moment of the day.
Right. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, man. Jim, I love your music. You're incredibly talented, and
Thank you.
We're so appreciative of you and the band and what you do for us. You lift us up in such beautiful ways. And for everyone that helped to create this service today, we give thanks to our AV team, to our ushers, and to Jane, and to Reverend Lorna, and to Edie, and to Michael, and everyone that is part of this community. And we want to give special thanks to our youth ed director, Ms. Beth, and to Lisa Smith. And so this is a time where we want to open to the lights of the world that are merely awaiting, I think, our invitation to come forth. Are you with us?
Trying to get there.
Hi. Hi, Beth. You're muted, Beth. Okay. Happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday to you.
Happy Father's Day. Elijah is here with me. I'm using my phone, and the others are trying to use the link to join. So hopefully they'll, I think.
I'm probably not coming.
Okay. right. I think Ava should be joining soon.
See ya.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I'm using my phone so that I can try to help these guys. Okay. Jonathan, can you click on the link to join us? And did Ava get here yet or no?
No, she didn't make it. I think she was struggling.
She was. I thought she said she got it, but maybe not. Jonathan, can you click on the links to join us in the other meeting? Sorry, technical difficulty.
And so this is the time in our service where I'll say something now, and Beth and Lisa, I invite you to share also that we're talking about Father's Day, and for our children, we want to give you all, some of the youth may be watching this, though they can't communicate with us, that we love you. We totally bless you and appreciate you. So what would you like to add to that, Beth or Lisa?
Go ahead, Lisa.
Oh, I just think the fathers that we all have are to be cherished and loved always. And we're so blessed and lucky to have them, especially in our congregation.
Yes, yes. I see some folks. I love it. Hi.
Yeah, I'm just using the other screen, but.
Yeah.
Oh, we bless you. We see you.
Smile.
I love it.
You're still here with us. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I muted that. Yeah. Okay. Can you hear us now?
There we go. Jonathan. Hi, Jonathan.
Hello.
Oh, good. Jonathan, I'm in here. Okay. And Elijah's here. Yes.
Hi, Elijah.
We're so thankful for all of the people in our lives who have filled that role of a father figure when we've needed one. So so many may not be biological fathers, but absolutely take on that role and have been a father to many other people, and we're all very thankful to those who choose to do that.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Beth. So now is the time for the blessing of our youth. And well, we can go first this time and have you folks go next. We see it on a screen. I am the light of the world. I live as the light. You are the light of the world. You live as the light. Adults, let's say this to our children everywhere. Together. I am the light of the world. I live as the light. You are the light of the world. You live as the light. So youth, you want to say that to us. You want this blessing to the watching. Go ahead.
I am
the light of the world. I live
as the light.
As the light. You are the light of the world. You live as the light. Yeah.
And then we say together, we are the world, we live as the light. We are the light of the world, we live as the light. Together.
We are the light.
We are the light of the world. We live as the light. Yeah. And
we say amen, that our lights throughout the planet, and we are all blessed. So thank you, our youth. And now for those of you in the sanctuary, we invite you to, if you haven't done it already, to form a circle. And for those of us that are with someone, if there's a hand you want to hold, or in your mind and in your heart, to know that you are joining the circle of love as we get ready to sing the peace song. We see the circle being formed as we speak, right there in the sanctuary. Yippity doo dah! Happy Father's Day, Happy Mother's Day, Happy Person's Day, Happy Youth Day. And so here we go with the peace song. We sing it for ourselves and for the entire planet. And as we go forth this week, we remember that we tell the truth about our father figures, we tell the truth about ourselves, and the truth is that we are loved, we are loving, and we are all one, and all is incredibly well. We give thanks in advance for this day and for this journey. Your week is blessed and unfolding in grandy ways. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen. Take care. Have a great week.
Father, in you I find my abundance. Father, in you I find my strength. My desire is to know you. I will go to any length. Father, in you I find my freedom. Father, in you I find my peace. To your love I now surrender. All my troubles I release. All my troubles I release. Father, in you I find the wisdom, the gentle art of letting go, the wondrous things forgiveness brings. I know where I'm going, I'm reaping what I'm sowing. Love and satisfaction, Father, in praying every day. I can feel you in the silence, in between the words I say, in between the words I say. Father, in you I find direction. Father, in you I find my place. Father, I'm where I should be always, and my life is full of grace. Father, in you I find my calling. Father, in you I find my way. Father, I'm open to your guidance every morning.